Shalom, this week's Sedra is Sedrat Behar. In explaining divine reward and punishment in the world, the Rambam wrote, "We are promised in the Torah that if we fulfill God's commands with joy and meditate on its wisdom at all times, God will remove all the obstacles which prevent us from fulfilling the Torah. For example, sickness, war, famine, and the like. Similarly, He will grant us all the good which will reinforce our performance of the Torah, such as wealth, peace, and abundance of silver and gold, all in order that we not be involved throughout our days in matters required by the body, but rather will sit unburdened and thus have the opportunity to study wisdom and perform mitzvahs in order that we will merit the life of the world to come." In explaining divine punishment, the Rambam wrote, "God has told us in the Torah that if we consciously abandon the Torah and involve ourselves in the vanities of time, then God will remove all the benefits of this world, which reinforce their rebellion for those who abandon the Torah. He will bring upon them all the evils which prevent them from acquiring a portion in the world to come, so that they will be destroyed in their wickedness." That's how the Rambam described reward and punishment in this world. In the Mishnaic work Pirkei Avos, we are taught that 7 types of divine punishment are manifested in the world for 7 types of sin. Plagues come to the world for those capital crimes mentioned in the Torah that God did not give jurisdiction to the courts, and for desecrating the produce of the sabbatical year. There are 4 time periods when plague increases: on the 4th and 7th year of the sabbatical cycle, on the 8th year, and following the festivals of each year. Plagues increase in the 8th year because of the misuse of the produce of the sabbatical year. At first glance, the punishment of plague seems harsh for desecrating and misuse of the sabbatical year produce. The fruits and vegetables of the sabbatical year are treated with sanctity. They can't be thrown out, they can't be sold, and there are very detailed rules that explain how to treat it. Misuse of this produce is sinful and brings on the plagues. The harsh punishment for misuse of this produce can be understood through an explanation Rashi offers on a pasuk in this week's Sedra that deals with the sabbatical year. The pasuk reads, "And the Lord spoke to Moshe on Har Sinai, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and you shall say to them, when you come to the land that I am giving you, the land shall rest a Sabbath to the Lord." Rashi explained the phrase, "a Sabbath to the Lord." He wrote, "One observes the sabbatical year for the sake of the Lord, just as it's stated by the Shabbat of creation, our weekly Shabbat. This means that both Shabbat and the sabbatical year are observed to remember Hashem and be aware of His existence. One who neglects remembering God by ignoring the laws of the sabbatical year deserves a harsh punishment, and that's the idea of the plagues. That's the idea of the teaching in Pirkei Avos and in this week's Sedra. It's a harsh lesson, but one that teaches us to always remember Hashem and always to keep Him in mind. Shabbat Shalom.